Hello, and welcome to episode 21 of From Dust, our Dungeon World game here on Twitch. It has been 2 weeks. Huzzah! We did 2 episodes in a row on our schedule, or more. I'm not even keeping track anymore. We were just talking, 3? Wow. We were just talking right before we cut to actually being live about how it feels like a bajillion years in between every episode now. Like every 2 week, alternating week show feels like there's an eternity between each episode. I don't know, I don't know if that's just us, because we've been getting, steadily busier as the year goes on, or if, everyone feels like time is stretching out and dilating. Is the Earth going through some relativistic event or something? Because, seriously, time feels fucking weird these days.
I think, now that I'm, really thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that the only show that I have that feels this far apart is this show. Because I have other 2-week shows every other week, but, we were supposed to have our Lady Blackbird premiere last a week from Friday, and the fact that it's this Friday, it's already going to be this Friday, that's already been a week, feels like no time has passed. I feel like it's gotten here so quickly, but this show specifically feels
It's because
like
I'm an
every
asshole.
episode is actually 4 months apart.
It's because I'm an asshole and I never let us end on resolution. I always end us on a cliffhanger. So
That's fair.
What? We didn't have a cliffhanger last time. I'm pretending that it didn't happen.
You're pretending there wasn't a dark
okay.
shadow tailing you on the roofs. Okay.
Yes, I'm pretending.
Gotcha.
Can't you just let me pretend, everybody?
No.
Damn.
No, that's not the kind of friend I am, Summer. You should know this.
Apparently not.
No, I'm a good friend. Hey, Summer, how you been? How you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, me? I've been doing really good. I think last time that we played, it was right after I had escaped, or maybe this was last weekend, promo week from hell, which is where I was doing East Pseudo Beach every day, Cape Lorelei every day. We were starting up new shows. So this week was way more chill, I think. But I also kind of unnecessarily went into panic mode this week over commissions and map commissions, because I have a few left, but I'm getting towards the end, and I'm talking to some people, but so I technically have work for probably another solid month. But in my brain and my little brain, I was like, I'm almost out. What am I gonna fucking do? And so I started retweeting myself, which I just, if you're not gonna retweet yourself, who will?
Yeah, that's true.
Who will? So I do it for myself. I promote myself as best I can. So the past couple of days have been me just trying to retweet and get my maps back up. But I have a lot of people who messaged me today, actually. So I'm like, oh, okay, well,
Surprise.
That worked out. But yeah, I'm currently doing. Dylan knows I did a large continent map that had about 18 billion trees on it.
More.
More than that. And I'm doing a new map that has, I would say, about the same amount of trees in a smaller space. And I made a fucking brush. I don't use it for everything, but I am using a brush to help me with these fucking trees. Like I was demanded to on Sunday.
I'm so proud of you.
I don't feel good. I feel really dirty.
That's okay.
And I still am doing so much of it. I have to individually, just because I'm picky about how things look. But for the areas in which I can use this particular brush, I am using it, and it is helping. It is helping me go faster. And I just have to zoom out, because I'm in there at I'm using a 7-pixel brush. I'm drawing so small.
Oh my god.
And the canvas is 20 inches wide. And so I'm really, really zoomed in and really up close and personal. And when I zoom back, I can't tell what's a brush and what's not. And I just have to remind myself,
Hey, real quick, for those of you in chat who may not know, like 20 inches sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. You're working at print res, right?
I'm working
Yeah,
at
so
300
that's
ppi.
20,000 pixels across. Sorry, not 20,000, 60,000. 60,000 pixels across. That is so huge to be working with little 7-pixel brush trees. Oh my god, Summer, you absolute. Ooh.
I gotta.
I know.
People message me and they're like, "Will this be good to print?" And I'm like, "Will this be good to print?" Yes.
Yeah, yes,
I
put it
think
on a
so.
billboard.
Yeah. God, but yeah, I started. I I just I don't hate myself. I love myself. And I like being able to, I mean, obviously I'm very close up. So when I zoom out, it's not a big deal. I can't tell where I've used the brush, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that they will never look at it the way that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Also, I like doing my maps that big because technically, if they wanted to, they could zoom into a certain area and print that off as like a region map.
100%.
And it's like I don't have to redo that work for them, because it's already as detailed as it needs to be. Yeah, drawing grass because I do draw the grass that's where it gets insane. The grass takes up like maybe 2 pixels, like maybe 3. And there's a lot of it.
Well,
Hey, if you want to commission me for a map,
if you want to,
I'm taking commission.
If you want to condone Summer's madness, or rather, if you want to pay her for her madness that she will have anyway, and make it worth her time,
that I love doing,
please go to her Twitter and commission her. Oh god.
Yeah. Thank you. That's all. But I am using a brush, so be proud of me because I am listening to my friends who bullied me into it.
We did, and
I goodness of their hearts.
I don't feel bad about it at all.
I don't want you to.
I am honestly quite proud that you at least gave it a shot, even if you'd given it a shot and been like, "No, I'm glad you at least gave it a shot."
Yeah. So that's all. Yay!
Kiana, how have you been?
I've been good. I finished my crazy September.
Yeah, you released 1 or 2 things.
3.
Yeah.
3 things. Yeah, September was a busy month of releases. We released To Hell and Back Again at the beginning of the month, which is a DM's Guild adventure that works as solo or group. Because why just silo yourself into one? And then I released Oh Maker, which was a Descended from the Queen game collaboration with Just Jason, in the second half of the month. And then this past Monday, I released Lulu's Guide to Holophants, which is a bestiary in D&D 5e core base. So we just went, well, Wizards isn't doing anything with it, and no one else is doing anything with it. Let's make cute elephant stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so we now have the supplement on DM's Guild where you can play a holophant, which is a tiny, flying, adorable elephant creature full of happiness and good spirits and brings hope and joy to everybody.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So we have that alongside a guide that's technically written by Chandelar, the Weird Wizard, but we have annotation by Lulu in there, and we have a bestiary of 6 different NPCs of different kinds of holophants, ranging from the younglings to the big old mammoths to the evil fallen holophant, which is basically a mammoth holophant demon hybrid, which is worshipped as a god, and a CR 18 if I remember.
Woo! Okay. Good times.
Damn.
It's the party elephant.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun making it because we just kind of spun off of kind of similar to Xanathar's Guide. or Mordenkainen's tome, or whatever Volo's.
Yeah.
So we did that kind of style of stuff. But then we were able, because we have Lulu, or rather Dawn's take on Lulu, which is the best, because if you know Dawn, my good friend Jonathan Fry, he is a horror person through and through. Now please imagine him writing dialogue as a tiny, cute, dog-sized, golden furs, blow sparkle out of her trunk, Holofont.
Yep.
It's the best thing ever. It's so good. It's so funny because people thought I wrote Lulu's dialogue into Hell and Back Again, and Lulu's guys, no. That wasn't me. 100% Dawn. Yeah. So it's been great. And then I got to add just so much color to a DM's Guild product, which was really nice. Because you have the typical look of a DM's Guild thing.
Yeah, you got the parchment and the watercolor washes.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, so we're gonna do the parchment, the watercolor washes. Now, what if I made the font pink?
Who will stop you?
Yeah, and then we added sparkles. I have 10 million sparkle/glitter assets now, but I had to learn how to make sparkle glitter effects. Because Lulu is hanging out on the pages, so she's just leaving I also made footprints, specially made elephant footprints that are on the pages where she steps on them. So there's that. There's glitter. Her little signature on all of her notes is a glittery paw print. So I had to learn how to make a glitter effect on an object. So it's a lot of color. I'm very proud of it. It was so much fun to do because I was able to do it in a day, basically, minus 1 or 2 text edits afterwards. But it was just how about color? How about pink and blues and yellows and happiness?
Yes.
Have fun.
Awesome. In a complete 180 from that, you've been playing some games lately, yeah? Some vidya games?
Yeah, I've been playing some video games. Specifically, I've been playing Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, Goose.
Which has spun out into a meme about me being a goose. Recently. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll have noticed.
You may have seen Kieta disappear and be replaced by a sunglasses-wearing goose.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a lot of fun playing Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah?
I would highly recommend it. If you know how sometimes you're just I feel bad about doing bad things in game. Untitled Goose Game is one of those games where you're rewarded for doing bad stuff and you don't feel that bad doing it because you're a goose. You're playing a goose. You're oh, yeah, okay. This makes sense. I'm a fucking goose. Let me just go over here and just steal this tomato. Goodbye. Bye now.
Honk.
Yeah. I finished the main storyline, and my first quest after finishing the storyline was going around and stealing everybody's no goose signs.
It's so good.
I stole all of them and brought them to the well, stood on top of them, and there's a picture of it somewhere if I can find it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Can I ask what your favorite asshole goose job was?
Ooh. I think I really like the one where I had to get the main final one is having to steal the bell from the model village. So you go to a model village and there's the church with the bell. So you destroy the little church and then you take the bell. And the thing is that you can't run because then the bell rings. So it's this ultimate sneak where you're actually going back through all the areas you were in before, just in a different order and different ways, and having to, because everyone's on high alert because
you've been fucking shit up.
And my favorite thing is at the very end, you go back home. At the very beginning, you're like, oh, this is my home. there's a weird pit next to me with some shit in it. Okay. You go back. And you go back to your home with the pit full of little tiny bells. And you drop it in. Because apparently
Oh my god!
forever.
Geese are the
And I'm like-
fucking worst.
And I'm like, oh, no wonder they're like fucking goose every time they when you steal the bell.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why are they so worked up over the bell?
It's the
Oh,
fucking 1,000th bell.
because apparently we've done this several times before.
That is so
that's
good.
So good. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I love that.
I found the picture of the bells first. I'll boop it into chat so you can see
yes.
that. Yeah, Mal, my girlfriend Mal got to witness it because I was sharing it with screen sharing.
Oh
I
my
was playing the game.
God.
So he was live tweeting me playing the goose game.
Kiana, no! Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
so good.
it's beautiful and I love it. So I highly recommend Goose Game. Like even if it's just like I need something, it's not quite like brainless. It's not like Candy
Mhm.
Crush related brainless, but it's like
It's easy
Super.
fun.
yeah,
Mhm.
super easy fun. And a lot of different ways. Oh, I found the I'm standing on around the signs.
Yes. Bow down before your ruler, the goose!
So
Amazing.
good.
The goose.
So, not a goose. Adam, how have you been?
No goose here.
Mm.
I've never been a goose in my life. Is not what a goose would say.
No goose would say, honk!
Oh, excuse me. Don't worry, it's just disease. Canada just reminded me, actually. So I've been really putting all my coal into the Descent into Avernus hype train.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about it. And my D&D group, we just finished running Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And we were intending to run Dungeon of the Mad Mage until it just didn't sound that fun. So I've been
Mhm.
sharing a lot of memes about like cheating on it with Descent into Avernus and just being generally unfaithful in this committed relationship I'm in. And so our group finally voted on what we want to do next because we want to try exploring more of the pre-written modules. And despite my best efforts for Descent into Avernus, it sounds like we're going to go with Curse of Strahd, which I am not at all unhappy about. Not at all, because I've had it'd be a future project, but I've always wanted to run like a really good Curse of Strahd stream with like a really amazing group of role players.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like all the ingredients are there, and I think it would make for
love Ravenloft.
just some like amazing viewing.
God, I love
So
Ravenloft.
I'm kind of treating this as like my practice for that. Our first rehearsal, and gosh, beyond that, you ever like do a bunch of stuff and then your brain's like, you're not going to remember any of it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm having that hardcore right now. Although I just
Yeah.
realized, because it was after our last episode, my audio drama, Spritz the Goblin, episode 2 is out now on YouTube and
yeah.
on iTunes. And I just learned with this episode, I didn't realize you could share iTunes stuff, like podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, there's a link I can share. Because I've just been like an idiot going, look it up on iTunes, whatever.
Yeah.
So now I can get people directly to it. So that was pretty thrilling.
Hell yeah.
And then beyond that, my wife and I just went to a LARP the previous weekend. I play a very smart, fabulous, sassy wizard, not at all Gregor. And he's about to die because my wife and I are moving.
Oh.
And
yeah.
We're going to have to give up the LARP, unfortunately. Much as we love it, like, great time. I wouldn't be leaving it, otherwise. But, being a wizard and getting insight into some of the big cosmological stuff, the powers that be were willing to work it in that I've kind of foreseen my own death. I don't know the details of it, but I do know that our next event in November, that something's going to happen to me.
Oh boy.
But it's made for like really cool role play because
Ominous.
you know, most people don't get this kind of closure. So like,
Right.
I've been really able to like role play some like awesome finished business with people,
Mm-hmm.
like cleaned up some relationships, and now like Framboise going into this next gather, like, all right, everything's taken care of. I'm just gonna have some fun before I kick the bucket.
Oh, damn.
But he's also
Oof.
very afraid because he's like the archmage in Dammar Keep, the town that the LARP is based in, and he's very powerful, and he's afraid that are things that are gonna want to use that power. Like, we just recently discovered these ancient creatures that can kind of like mimics, I guess. They can kind of they can learn and observe, and they can learn to do certain abilities. And Framboise knows a lot of abilities. So like, he heard these things were in town last gather, and I hid out in the tavern under a table, and it was really scary. Because then they started asking for me by name because they like heard about me.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like,
okay,
this is a little intense. All
That's
right,
chill.
So I'm prepared to be more scared next gather because it's also going to be very Halloween themed. There's supposed to be a lot of convergence between the living and dead. So I'm a little scared for what they throw at me. Like, I don't care if someone just wants to stab me, but I have a feeling something really like terrifying is gonna happen first.
You just show up and like, bro, you need to stab me to death. What?
You just need to
it's
stab
way
me to
better than
death.
the alternative. Grandpa, calm down.
I'd rather be stabbed by a friend.
What is it? Oh, go ahead, Kiana.
No, it's just like just putting hands on the shoulders and being like, just murder.
Friend, will you murder me?
It's better this way, please.
Oh my gosh. There's a perfect quote for this. Oh, Dwight in the office says, it's better to be hurt by someone you know accidentally than by someone you don't know on purpose.
I mean, in a way that's true, I guess. I don't...
Yeah, in this particular, it applies very specifically to this situation.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I've been trying to really hurt my friends with this upcoming death of mine, so I might steal that.
So you're gonna get stabbed and stab someone while you're at it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take one stab though and like multiply it.
Yeah.
You know, you put out into the world more than what you take in.
You're like a stab transformer, really. You're taking the high voltage stab and transforming it into many lower voltage stabs.
It's been funny too because like my wonderful friends are all legitimately really sad about this.
Yeah.
And I'm the one sharing all the memes and stuff. Like, oh, about to kick the bucket soon. My time has come.
No, literally, what you said where you were like, I'm just gonna have a bunch of fun and wait until I die. That's me in this game. Like, that's literally Summer.
What?
I'm just gonna have fun until I die.
Damn.
I'm just gonna party. I'm just gonna go hard until I'm dead.
Rip Arrow, I guess.
Right,
Jesus. You heard it here first, chat.
He already died once, Dylan.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it's bound to happen again soon, is all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, maybe YOLO, but you die many times in this game, so...
If I die again, I'm staying dead forever.
You don't always get that choice.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I gotta roll for it, huh?
Yep.
Boo.
Ah, fuck.
Just let me die in peace.
No, I would never.
Pieces.
Maybe. Let's see. These past 2 weeks have been good. We had some high drama Ryutama on Sunday, which was fun. Got some high drama Alas for the Awful Sea on Tuesday. God, I missed that game. It was so good.
I know.
And then immediately I was like, we can't have an episode next week because I'm taking a week off again. And I feel awful about it.
We're just gonna party without you. I'm gonna puppet Elizabeth.
Oh,
No. No.
No,
We'll wait for
don't
you.
don't do
Don't do that.
Like, put her in a coma or something, sure, but I do not trust you to pilot Elizabeth.
All you have to do is brood and then like sometimes run into the ocean. That's like literally it.
Fair.
And then do incredible surgeon's work.
Yes, incredible surgery.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. And then I got to be an anime badass last night on Ghost Club. Released the first issue of my Patreon papers thing with the classes from travel. Started a
Had
game
dope
jam.
meme. Made a dope meme.
Made a dope meme. Yeah, that's weird. I've never made a meme that went somewhere before. Like, it's not.
It was a
I wouldn't
good
say
one.
it's viral, but it had some legs, and that
Yeah.
was fun. I got to drag all of my friends publicly on Twitter.
Same.
Which
did a
is
great
always
job.
a good time. Yeah. It's been a good 2 weeks. All of which has been like very much overshadowed by the looming form of Big Bad Con, which is coming this upcoming weekend. Like, everything I had a great time, I'm so excited, but also, there's a convention coming up, did you know? I'm excited about this convention. So yeah, that's where my brain's been, but I will say the background radiation to all of that has been getting back to Trace Sad Boys and seeing how things go for all of you.
Can I throw in one more thing from my LARP that you just reminded
Please
me
do.
of? So there is a group of 3 friends at my LARP, and they refer to themselves as Team Bad Idea Friends. And if anything was fitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have
Welcome
good
to-
ideas.
It's like, oh wow,
Do you?
my friends are here.
I feel like all of our ideas have been great.
Yeah.
They just mostly don't work. But that's not our fault, Dylan. Just because they don't work doesn't mean it wasn't a good idea.
Hey, Dunning and Kruger called.
It's a good idea with the information we've been given. Huh?
Yeah.
How's that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, just team bad life choices.
We're just not informed. It's not a big deal. Sometimes you just make uninformed decisions.
Yeah.
So should we hop into some recap? and
Yes,
then-
I'm so ready.
All right. So previously, we had a pretty short episode last time, so this should be pretty quick. Previously on From Dust, our good heroes teleported from Cape Symbol to Sanctuary into a bedroom in the inn, which is called the Raunchy Goblin. They unfortunately teleported into an occupied bedroom. Arrow and the other 2 Elisurdran elves made their way out the window, channeling that Summerland vibe. And we're like, what the fuck? Why aren't y'all coming out the window? And the other 2 were like, no. Have you heard of a door? Farron and Gregor made to creep out the door. Farron got out just fine, but Gregor hit a floorboard wrong and was faced with the choice of staying and being separated from the party or continuing and waking up the person in the bed. At first, he urged Farron to just go on without him, but then when the person in the bed began to stir more, he continued toward the doorway, and the sleeping figure awoke and discovered him there in his room. After some attempts at subterfuge, the figure introduced himself as Craig, and went up to talk to Gregor and ask him what was going on, and bewitched him with a spell of truthfulness, forcing Gregor to say why he was there, who he was there with, what their situation was like, and then he at Craig's insistence led him to the party, where everyone just sort of sat around and had a very tense conversation. He asked some incredibly probing questions about the party, particularly Farron, and what everyone was doing there, dropping the entire time what Gregor had told him, until the party managed to suss out that this was, in fact, one of the gods of the one of the deities of the current Pantheon asylum. This being Lu Ki, or Lucky, as he prefers to be called. Once they sussed that out, the tension sort of ebbed a little bit. They managed to have a bit of a conversation in which Lucky asked them to let him know if they saw anything strange going on with the Bonds Magi, since they'd been poking around, nosying about where they didn't belong, and saying that if they happen to run into Remy again, Remy being the Death King, if they happen to run into him again, let him know that the Bonds Magi are being uppity. And then he politely made his leave and got the hell out of there. A little while afterward, Arrow and his ex-girlfriend, Fletch, went to stop in on Mab, spoke with her, asking her for help. Mab said that she kind of couldn't, actually. And part of the whole point of sending Arrow out with this ring was to get her more power so that she wasn't stuck here. But unfortunately, all she could do was give him one of her feathers. You were rude for asking. Arrow like deeply misunderstood the type of relationship that they had, I think.
Did I?
Yeah. But when they left, Fletch stopped and confronted Arrow about his feelings for the Fae Queen, asking him how long he had loved her, and wondering whether there was actually anything to salvage between the two of them. I think she left that conversation dissatisfied. I don't know. I think maybe both of them left that conversation dissatisfied. And she sent him on ahead, saying that she was going to go for a bit of a walk. And as we pulled away, we saw a shadowy figure tailing Arrow through the city across the rooftops. And so, we head in now to episode 21 of From Dust. Farron and Gregor, you are in the Raunchy Goblin. Gregor, I forgot you also had a conversation with
Yeah,
was it
right.
was it Mir?
Oh, what was her
No.
name?
Oh God, what was her name? She's part
What
of
is
Rolf
her name?
Raiders.
Yeah.
Rima Brightsong.
Nice girl.
Talking
Nice
about the
gal.
situation at Elisardran and asking her to pass it along to Rolf in hopes that you could team up. But yes, the two of you are in the inn. It is proper rowdy now. What are you up to?
Did I successfully manage to get that guy she was looking at to go talk to her?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they disappeared a while ago.
Okay, cool.
Farron?
Wingman Gregor.
I mean, they were originally going to be on a conversation, and then Gregor just like, oh, I need to go talk to
Hold on, I need to do something. Yeah.
I think Gregor will have returned to the table very satisfied with himself.
So, who you were talking to?
Oh, you don't remember Rima? She ran with Rolf Raiders. Way back before everything.
Yeah. He'll look and not very hard, and then just he shrug.
But, I talked to her a little bit, see if maybe Rolf and the gang are willing to help us out with the zombie problem.
You think that they'll be able to help us with the zombie problem?
I mean, at this point, anything we can get, really.
Oh, you're not completely wrong there. And yeah, we'll probably just like lean back and take a drink. I think Gregor will notice weird that Farron is not immediately like, let's party!
Mm-hmm.
Because I think every other time they've been at a tavern and it's like a bar time and it's not like there's pressing business needs. Farron's usually either A, drinking a lot, B, chatting someone else up, C, nowhere to be seen with said person they were chatting up. And they're just here, chilling.
Huh. You know what? I think Gregor will kind of notice that and be like, you might not have a chance like this in a little while. Maybe you should go enjoy yourself.
And have you be designated bodyguard as always?
I'm pretty used to it.
Oof.
Right in the heart, huh?
It's like big oof already. Well, if I'm going to lighten up, maybe you should as well. Like I said, won't be a while.
Oh, this is gonna go places. Okay, Greg's gonna be like, yeah, you know what? You're right, we've been through hell. Like, we deserve a little bit of fun.
Oh, we deserve so much more than that, but let's, take what we can get.
Yeah, you know what? Barkeep, another round, please.
I think Lethaldarin looks up and is like, I have a name. Coming right up.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I totally know what it is.
Hey, you.
Yeah, handsome fellow.
Hey,
I'm
handsome
gonna give you a
elf.
nickname.
Son of a gun.
Go ahead and actually, do y'all want to carouse, or are you keeping it chill tonight?
With each other.
Because we
literally,
have.
I'd
There's a
carouse.
move. There's a move that we haven't done
Go
since
for it.
episode 2. Let's see,
It's called a
carouse.
party.
When you
Greg's
return
gonna be that guy
triumphant
at the
and
party that only
throw.
talks to the people he knows.
When you return triumphant and throw a big party, spend 100 coins and roll +1 for every extra 100 coins spent. On a 10+, choose 3. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. On a miss, you will still choose 1, but things get really out of hand. The GM will say how. Your options that you'll be choosing from are: you befriend a useful NPC, you hear rumors of an opportunity, you gain useful information, and you are not entangled, ensorcelled, or tricked. So,
God, I hate being ensorcelled.
who would like to?
But Gregor's
like to
already been
roll?
ensorcelled today, so might as well just fucking party, man. Go for it.
Who would like to roll the carouse?
Tell me for half 100 gold.
Do you not have 100 gold?
Yeah, do we even
Do you?
have the money to do this?
I don't think
I
so,
don't.
because I think Arrow has like most
Oh,
of
is
the money.
Arrow Mr. Moneybags?
Okay, our money. I have most of my money.
And
I
how
have
you're
a
right, I
little
do.
bit of
I'm
that
a-
money.
I am a
Arrow lent me.
pushover.
I was gonna say, how many fucks does Arrow actually give about his money?
I have $4.
That's true. He's like, money who? I don't need this. Yeah, I will say, Dylan, if they want to put it on a tab, I'll pay for their
Okay.
I'll pay for their carousing. You know what, y'all? Let's fucking party. Let's do 300 gold so you can get some blesses
Holy
in there.
shit!
Christ!
Okay.
Let's
Someone
do
really
it.
wants us to kiss.
Go ahead and roll
Do I
2d6 plus
ever?
3.
This might be it, guys.
Miss,
Come
miss,
on,
miss,
baby.
miss. Who's rolling?
Oh gosh.
Fuck. I will, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
2d6 plus 3.
10!
Hey! Alright, choose 3. You befriend
Okay.
a useful NPC.
Okay.
You hear rumors of an opportunity.
Uh-huh.
You gain useful information, and you are not entangled, ensorcelled, or tricked.
Okay. I want to get useful information.
Okay.
Don't get ensorcelled.
I'm kind of bummed we
Yeah.
succeeded.
But you could.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to get ensorcelled or tricked.
Or entangled.
Probably.
It could be entangled.
Are you really gonna go with entangled though, Dylan? Are you really gonna go with entangled out of those, or would you go with ensorcelled or tricked? Don't do it, Kiana. Don't
Yeah,
fall for
so
it.
we're crossing that one off.
Yeah.
And I'm trying
What
to
were
think
the
of
other
it.
two?
NPC.
Or
friend of
rumors of
NPC,
an
or-
opportunity.
Yeah. I don't know if we need any opportunities at this moment. We're fucking we're dealing with so much shit already.
Our calendar's a little full right now. We'll hit it back in like 3 weeks. We'll pencil them in for later. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think
like
an interesting piece.
NPC.
Yeah, NPC would be cool.
Okay. Just a second.
Let me
You can't
befriend
say
us.
with Aldrin. Because he doesn't like us, so if we befriended him, it would be technically.
All right. What do you do? I feel like I include jobs in these. There we go. Oh, interesting. Very
Okay.
interesting. Okay. Yeah. So, tell me, how do you start talking to this half elf woman?
Oh boy. Okay. The same way that Farron always does.
Sliding into those DMs.
Basically.
Hey, baby.
Probably seeing what drink she had, asking for another of that drink, then walking over.
How much gold do you have?
That's so much.
Okay.
All you gotta do is like bring bodies places, and they're just like super chill about it. They're like, "Oh my god, let me give you so much gold for this body."
It's true. Yeah. So, you say like another of what she's having, and she turns to you, and you can see that she's drinking a wine, and Lethaldarin just sort of like raises his eyebrows a little bit, like, "Are you sure?"
I think Farron is gonna play it off as like, yes, of course, but it's definitely kind of now looking at the different wines that are available and be like, okay, which fucking one?
Yeah. There's a southern wine that is like obviously very fancy, that was just like the bottle was just opened. And you can see there's silver leaf on the label.
Yeah, okay.
And he goes, "All right."
Yeah,
Pours
probably the
another-
last time they saw this was at the palace.
Yeah, you're like, "Ooh, that's gonna hurt."
Yeah. Oh well.
He pours another and
We spent $300.
yeah, yeah. We already dropped 300 coin. We can drop. What's 20 more? He slides this glass of wine towards you, and she says, "To whom do I owe the pleasure?" Or, sorry, hold on, let me check. That's not the voice I need to be giving her. To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Who is this girl? Jesus Christ.
Alana, is that you?
Okay. You're like, Farron over here. And you are?
Meldemiriel Ackerman.
Oh, God. Please
She
write
holds
down that
she
name
holds
for
out
me.
her hand, palm down.
In a handshake or in a kiss my hand way?
It's dubious.
we'll definitely go the kiss hand way, because that's what Farron would do.
Yeah, she smiles. She seems receptive. There you go. Melda Muriel
Can I just
Ackerman.
throw something in real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gregor's probably seen this 1,000 times, but it bothers him now.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know why. He got a few drinks in him, and he's kind of like, I guess exactly like I am right now, like at the table, just like,
Hold that thought for a second. I'm gonna get back to that.
Uh-oh.
So she introduces herself and holds out the hand, and you kiss the back of her hand. And as you come up, her second hand is there holding a business card. And it has her name, Melda Muriel Ackerman, and printed on it is advocate. She's a lawyer.
Oh, okay. They will politely take the card, and will look at it. I'm afraid I'm not one for business cards myself, otherwise I return the favor.
Of course. So you a fan of a nice Shiraz? She slides the glass towards you.
I can't say I've had too many, but if I remember correctly, this one is of the finest. Southern. Not common around here.
Well, they say crime pays, but I think the law pays better.
Well, you'd still be being paid by crime in some way. Just a little more on the legal side, isn't it?
I suppose that's true. But technically, I have never been paid by crime. All of my clients get off.
Definitely raise a brow at that. Doing like the note of like, oh,
Yeah,
all right,
she takes a sip.
Yeah. Well, that's quite an impressive resume, I suppose.
And you? What line of work are you in?
I think Farron had probably left the loot by the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
With your scythe.
with my scythe, as is super casual that I do now. Traveling entertainer. This is one of my usual haunts. I've been on the road for most of the last month and a half, but just bring around stories of well-accomplished people like you. With a little flourish.
What's a story without a little flourish?
Very true, although truth is the most important part of it, is it not?
Oh, of
Makes it so
course it
compelling.
is. And there is something dripping off of that sentence. And
Yeah.
she'll like reach out to touch your hand, and Gregor, I would like you to defy danger. And the danger is that you can't just sit here. Your restlessness will get the better of you.
Oh gosh, what would you like me to roll with?
It's your call. You tell me how you're resisting the urge to get up and go to Farron at the bar.
Powering through? Or enduring? Mental fortitude sounds like a good
I
one.
think it's probably mental fortitude, but
Is that intelligence?
It's
that's whiz.
wisdom.
Wisdom, not my worst stat. Let's do it.
Hey!
Oh, boo,
All right.
Fuck.
You don't feel good about it. I think, but you do. You don't step up to Farron. I think, I don't know. Maybe do you like order another drink, and you're like, maybe I'll get up when I finish this drink, and you just order another one.
Yeah, I also just picture like Gregor's like holding his mug or whatever, and is like clutching it like as hard as possible. Like maybe with his amazing Herculean strength, like leaving finger marks in it or something.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of crack from the tankard as
Good.
Thalvin walks up with another drink, and he just looks down and it's like, come on.
Is he like one of those people that's just like seeing this back and forth and just like these fucking dumbasses?
Yes, absolutely.
He's the audience. He's the audience insert right now.
Yeah. And let's see. Lethalvin will get you another drink, and I think Skullbreaker speaks up. Gregor. Well, what's bothering you?
Nothing.
There's no use
Gregor's
lying
been drinking
to me.
like all day.
Excuse me?
I said nothing. All right.
And Gregor, keeping your emotions pent up is a sign of weakness, not strength.
That's very profound coming from you, Skullbreaker.
Thank you, I'm hundreds of years old. Comes with the territory.
All right, old man. What do you recommend I do?
Well, I recommend you tell me what your problem is so I can actually advise you. Don't be an idiot.
Don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Clearly something's
I don't
bothering
know,
you.
Okay. I'm pissed off, and I don't know why.
Oh. Does it have to do with Farron?
Yeah.
Does it have to do with Farron and that comely half-elf at the bar?
No.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
I see. Well, you could just kill both of them. That would solve your problem.
I don't think that would solve my problem.
Well, you know, I've been around for several hundred years. You've been around for what, 25? Of course, you would know better.
Appreciate it, Skullbreaker, but I'm not going to kill them.
Plan B, you could just kill the half-elf, I suppose.
I'm not going to kill the half-elf.
What is it that you humans do in these situations? I don't know, start a bar fight or something?
I could start a bar fight.
I suppose you wouldn't have to kill anyone. Though if it just happened by accident. Who would be to blame, really?
You're right. Is there anybody, like, near Gregor?
Yeah, it's packed in here.
Are there, like... Are there, like, two people near each other that are obviously not interacting with each other?
I think this is a discern... Is it discern realities? Did I get the move for the right game this time?
It would be discern realities if you're like
Yes! Oh! Thank God. Finally, after 21 episodes. I didn't savor the situation. An 8. Okay. So you do take +1 forward when acting on the answer. You get to ask one question.
I guess, what should I be on the lookout for?
Is it that, or would you be looking for what here is useful or valuable?
Actually, yeah, I think that would be more useful or valuable.
Yeah, I mean, they're both useful questions, and I would have answers for each of them. But so for what's useful and valuable to you, are there two people who are standing close to each other? Yes, in several places throughout the bar, there are two people standing close to each other. But if you're looking to start a fight, I think
I'm looking to start a fight between people that aren't me.
Yeah, I think there
if I
is. There's a table of people playing cards that are at like the the sort of suspicious argument stage of gambling, where like no one's calling each other out, but like someone's getting tilted, like somebody just lost their third hand in a row, and they're like, "Asylum, damn it! How do I keep losing? Okay, hit me again!" Like, and you can tell that tensions are beginning to rise.
Okay. Gregor is gonna reach into his pocket and pull out one of his 4 coins. And he's gonna give like a shit-eating grin to Skullbreaker. And he's gonna like paper football, line it up on the table.
Gregor, what's your plan?
And he's gonna try to flick it at this really angry guy.
Gregor, you're wasting valuable currency. Go ahead and roll volley. I'm gonna give you. I would give you a -1 here because you're trying to like flick a coin across a bar, but you get a +1 from your discern reality, so it'll just be a flat volley.
Cool. Whew.
Okay, choose one. You have to move to get a shot, placing you in a sticky situation of my choice. You have to take what you can get, and it's not going to be as effective, or you have to take several shots, and I'm going to take more of your coin.
Okay. I'm not trying to actually hurt the guy, so can I take the less damage, I guess?
I think you flick the coin, and it flies, and you don't hit the guy. You hit the table, and it rolls, and he's like, "Hey! We already called! Who's putting in a new bet?" Everyone's just sort of like, "Not me. It's just on my coin." He like looks around. He just like reaches out and grabs the coin and slides it back toward him, and no one stops him. They're like, "Sure, dude, whatever." And he's more aggravated, and if this next hand doesn't go right, he might start a fight, but it wasn't enough to fully get him there.
Gregor's gonna wait on this next hand.
Well, now a quarter of your treasury is gone.
It'll be worth it.
You should probably
watch.
let
Just watch.
somebody else handle your money. I'm starting to think you're just not cut out for it.
I do, that's what Arrow's for.
Meanwhile,
This is his money.
speaking of which, we cut outside. We cut outside to Arrow. Are you making your way back to the inn, or are you going straight to a park to settle in for the night?
Probably gonna head back to the inn to check on my sister before I go to bed, because she was drinking when I left, so I know how that's been going. So I want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
With Willow.
Willow's a big party girl.
Oh, Willow. No, she's not. She's a I feel bad, I'm gonna have a drink girl. Which, like, same.
I feel blank. I'm gonna have a drink.
Yeah, I feel some emotion. I'm not, and I don't want to anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna head back to the inn just to see what's going on with her.
Okay.
Before. Slowly, though. I'm taking my sweet time.
You turn onto the street that the Raunchy Goblin is on. And I think it's gotten far enough into the night that the streets are fairly empty. You can hear the sounds of carousing from inside.
Yeah.
Your friends have started a considerable party in your absence. Yep. But and like the street lights are lit up, and as you step below one and it flickers, you feel a hand on your forearm, or on your upper arm.
I smack it away and turn and look at whoever's touching me in the street.
You see a figure dressed in dark blue with a mask pulled up over the bottom of their face, and they have a single-edged sword in one hand. For those of you at home, yes, it's a katana.
Is it pointed at me?
Yes, it's not poised as in ready to strike, but it is pointed in your general direction.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Where is who?
Do not treat me like I am stupid. Where is he?
Where is who?
Voyal. And with that, we're at the top of an hour. We're going to go to our first break. So, we're going to step away for about 10 minutes, and when we return, we will continue this confrontation, and perhaps a different confrontation in the bar. See you soon. Hello, and welcome back to episode 21 of From Dust. So,
Yeah.
Farron,
So what?
you were oblivious to Gregor's shenanigans in the background, although I think we do see him in the background, like, flicking this coin over, like, in frame over your shoulder. Melda Muriel. Wow, I give myself really easy names to work with. Melda Muriel, I think, has reached out and is like, Farron wears a bunch of jewelry, right? Like rings?
Farron has so much jewelry.
Yeah, I think she's, like, made a pretense of, like, looking at all of your rings, going, like, finger to finger and looking them over, and she says, so what brings you here, traveling storyteller?
Well, like I said, this is a little bit of a home base. It's, I don't have much of a proper home, as you would imagine, be on the road most of the time, but, this is certainly a place I would call home, at least while I'm here.
Is that so? She pulls back a little bit.
Yeah. But, really, I'm en route to another job, I guess you could say. But I thought I'd come by and say hello and pay my regular dues of buying drinks and entertaining.
Not much for Roots, then?
Well, I just haven't found the right reason to settle down yet.
She takes a long sip. Does that one usually work for you?
Oof. A little thrown off by that. Well, it's a lot better than saying I'm not sure.
Depends on what the woman's looking for.
Or whoever, yes, I suppose. But, let's just say I'm not sure and then add a little flourish on top.
Well, if you're willing to be unrooted a little more, maybe we could be unrooted somewhere else. I have a lovely home not far from here.
I'm sure your home is quite lovely. I think they're going to look over to Gregor.
I'm just gonna... I know the GM isn't supposed to roll dice in this game, but I'm just gonna roll some dice to make a decision for me.
Gonna make Dylan work.
Yeah, so Gregor, he's getting angry, or he has gotten angry. Other people at the table are starting to get, like, kind of annoyed at how pissy and, like, how poor of a sport he's being. But it hasn't sparked off in this hand.
My evil plan isn't evil enough. It's time to kick it into phase 2. Another coin.
Gregor?
Completely unaware that Farron is actually looking at him now.
You're already poor. There's no use becoming more poor.
It can't get any worse, Skullbreaker.
It can. It can, in fact, get 3
committing to
coins
this.
worse than it is. All right, you got a 7 and a 9 on that volley. All right.
That was my previous volley.
Oh, was it?
You want
Okay.
to roll another one?
Yeah. If you're pinging another coin, give me
I
another
kind
volley.
of hope this one fails just for comedic value. Okay, never mind. I'm amazing.
Another one. Okay. All right. And another one.
I'm too talented.
I mean, you get the same choice. Either you have to put yourself in a sticky situation, it's less effective than you were hoping, or you're gonna spend more coins.
Screw it. I only have 3 coins. Let's say I need to spend more coins.
Okay, you ping the first one, and it falls short and rolls across the floor and gets lost amongst people's feet. And Skullbreaker is like, "Very well. Are you done then,
No.
Gregor?"
I've not yet begun.
And I think as you say that, as you shout your battle cry, Farron, you look across the bar and you see what appears to be a pretty drunk Gregor lined up, fling a coin. And everything just sort of slows down. We see your face turn from like quizzical of like where is my bodyguard, to like slowly contorting into just confusion. We see this coin tumbling end over end through the air. We see Gregor's face go from like anticipation to glee. And this coin smacks the guy straight in the face and he says, "That's it! I'm done being cheated by all you bastards!" And he jumps up and throws the table over, and a fist fight starts at the other end of the bar. It is going to spread quickly. What do you do?
Oh boy. Okay. Farron just watched Gregor do this. Farron also had Hot Lady.
Yeah, I think Melda Muriel sees the fight, throws the last of her wine back, and says, "Shall we?"
I should probably get my loot in case I don't want it to become a casualty. Meet you outside.
She winks and nods and
No.
heads to the door. She's like picking her way around people as the melee just slowly progresses through the room.
Gregor's just reveling in this, like he's the best evil genius in all the land.
I think Farron will actually probably like hop like. I don't think this is the first bar fight that they've had to work around in this bar. This is again they're kind of their home base when they're here, so just like hops up. I think probably just hops up onto the bar and just like walks across it to the other side and then hops down.
Yeah, Lethaldaran, who was like across the bar room helping a customer, is like trying to make his way back through the crowd so he can
and I think
get his
he'll
weapon.
I think he'll probably like lean down and just like grab his hand and pull him up.
Yeah, he gives you some thanks and like thwaps you on the back more
Yeah.
than you were really hoping for, but
Yeah, just like, oh boy, okay. And we'll just hop back down and probably duck through some people to the table. The one point of stillness in this entire place.
Welcome back, Farron.
Would you like to explain why you decided to start a bar fight?
I didn't start a bar fight.
So
There's
flicking
a
a
bar fight
coin.
going on behind him.
Yeah, so I'm like, so flicking a coin across the bar to hit someone in the face who's already clearly aggravated is starting a bar fight. And it's like saying this as quietly as possible, but still loud enough to be heard over the din of punching.
Gregor's gonna glance to his expressionless hammer and then just say, "I can explain."
You don't know how, but you can hear Skullbreaker roll his eyes.
It's just that sensation of general disdain.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can. Right, are you going to explain now, very quickly, or somewhere else?
A bottle flies
might have-
across the room. Lethaldarin starts yelling as he's, like, trying to load his crossbow.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have led with that. I think you were in incredible danger. I got a bad vibe from that lady. I was trying to protect you.
I'm gonna need you to defy danger with charm and social
Liar!
grace, buddy.
Yeah, damn.
That's a big lie right there.
That's a big lie.
Big
Big,
lie.
big, big
That's some
lie.
falsehood.
Yeah,
See how
Gregor's
convincing
not
you are.
worried about subtlety any longer. Where are you? Defy danger.
Oh my god.
Well,
Everything's coming up, Gregor.
Okay, whether or not you agree on his assessment of Meldemiriel, you trust that he actually did have a bad feeling about her.
Yeah. She's perfectly fine and probably like has to duck out of somebody's way.
Yeah, I think
I
a
think
bottle
probably-
goes flying over, like
And I
just
think-
crashes
I think at the-
behind.
I think at this point Farron is actually on the table now, just being like, and we're getting away from the people who are coming in. I'm gonna be on this little island right now.
Yeah.
So they're sitting on the table in front of Gregor.
Oh no. Lethaldarin, like, stands up behind the bar, having finally loaded the crossbow, and shouts, "Hey! Whoever wants to get shot, keep fighting!" And, like, the bar just sort of stops for a moment. What do you do?
I mean, Farron wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
We're just like,
I
I'm
guess
just kill him.
as it quiets down, I think Gregor's just gonna just trust me, please.
Hey, it's not like he can shoot all of us. And
I
you
think,
see Lethaldarin's eyebrows go up as he realizes, like, oh no, this is out of hand.
yeah, who said that?
I think it was one of the players at the card table. The guy who was super tilted is like completely unconscious at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the card players.
I think Turner's like, no, but you can easily get banned. And word of your activities can go around to the other tavern. Soon you'll have nowhere to drink.
Yeah.
Roll parlay. So I think that's some leverage.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. So that's
I don't think Gregor's yeah is helping. To
No.
be clear.
9.
They ask you for something and do it if you make them a promise. You need concrete assurance of your promise right now.
Huh.
What does this guy want?
Money.
I swear to God, if he's like one of the people who just like takes it as like a way to hit on people.
I think
Gregor has another adversary.
I'm at war on all sides. No. I think actually as he turns to look at you and he just like he looks pissed and we just hear this like low like hyper testosterone fueled growl and then we're gonna cut back outside to Arrow. So Arrow, you were just asked where Vorial is. What do you do?
yeah. I'm annoyed at this. I think Arrow just takes a step back and he's like, he's dead.
What do you mean he's dead?
He's dead.
What happened?
Does it matter?
Yes, of course it matters, or I wouldn't be asking. And they step closer.
Who are you?
You're not the one that asks questions right now.
I am, actually.
You are alone. I am not.
Arrow's just gonna like look at him for a minute and then turn around and walk away. I'm keeping my wits about me though.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he reaches out to grab your arm again.
I'm gonna avoid it.
Alright, I don't think this is a roll to fight danger. I think you can, like, avoid him reaching out, but an arrow does shatter against the cobblestones in front of you. And you
keep going.
You clock an archer. You keep going?
Yeah.
Alright, just a moment.
I don't even jump. It doesn't even scare me. I'm sure I hear it because I've got really good ears. And I know exactly what it sounds like when somebody fires an arrow.
Go away.
No fear, no fear, no fear.
Where are you? It's here, and then this one, I believe. Oof. All right. /R 2d8. You take 8 damage as
No, I
an arrow.
don't. I said I was keeping my wits about me. I can avoid it.
You said you kept walking.
Yeah, but I know they're firing at me.
They fired at you already. They already shot at you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they already shot at me. I can avoid a second arrow. I could.
I'm gonna let you roll I'm gonna let you roll defy danger, but I'm giving you a -1.
Why? For what?
Because you're trying to dodge a fucking arrow while walking casually
I'm good
away.
at that. Okay, I'm not gonna casually dodge the arrow.
And you're good at it, which is why your dex is high, which is why you will have a bonus to this roll. You are correct.
So what am I doing now?
Defy
-1
danger.
still?
With a -1, yes.
That's dumb. Okay, hold on. So -1, 9.
9. Okay. So you. What was that? I offer you
You hesitate.
a choice or a worse outcome.
Or a hard bargain.
Or a hard bargain. Yeah, here's your choice.
Okay.
You can keep walking, and you will get shot. You will take the 8 damage. Or you can stop short, and the arrow will miss you.
If I keep walking and I get shot, are they going to keep shooting at me?
There's only one way to find out.
Are they going to kill me? Are they going to try and kill me? I'm thinking about it. Let me think. If I stop, can I catch the arrow?
No! This is not D&D 5e. You are not a monk. No. In what fucking world?
Let me do it, Dylan.
No.
Let me do it.
No.
Man, that makes it even harder to choose. I kind of just want to get shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get shot. That's fine. I'm not
Okay.
I'm not afraid of them.
You take
And I'm also not afraid of getting shot. I've done it before.
8 damage.
Sure.
And I think you have armor, do you?
I do, actually.
Okay.
Let me go look at that. Bullshit.
Or maybe you don't.
No, I don't think I do. Why do
No.
why
All right,
did I
so
feel
you...
like I did?
Because Lamb has armor.
Oh, well. So, doesn't she? Okay.
All right, so you go down to 15.
Yeah.
As this arrow, you hear it whistle through the air, and then you feel it pierce. It pierces your calf. And I'm going to be giving you -1 on going to anything that is using that leg.
Okay.
But
Can do.
You keep walking. You're a little ways away from the inn now.
I'm going to stop walking if I get shot.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn around. I'm going to shoot that archer in the head.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, arrow. You scamp.
Are they defenseless or surprised if I turn around and shoot them in the head? Oh.
No.
Oh, hey, I actually can't. I don't have my bow.
You don't have your bow. So do you turn like instinctually and then realize too late that you're unarmed?
I kept my short sword.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to... Oh my god. Okay. Quick. If I turn around, that guy's still behind me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn, and this will be a -1, but I'm gonna kick the sword out of his hand and take it. I'm gonna dual wield this bitch.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I think that's a defy danger. To kick this out of his hand.
For sure. I guess it couldn't be a hack and slash, could it?
No.
Because I'm attacking him technically with.
Yeah,
melee.
you're not trying to deal damage to him. You're trying to do an extra thing instead.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, sure thing.
I assume with Dex. Ooh,
oh my god.
Mark XP.
Woohoo! I level up, baby.
You kick at him, and he dodges to the side, and he's going to hit you in the side of the head with the pommel of his sword.
Okay.
For 5 damage.
Okay.
And you're seeing stars. That was a solid hit.
Can I grab it though? Now that he's hit me.
You can try, but you're exposed, and the archers on the roof are going to try and shoot you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll grab the sword.
All right, roll another defy danger.
Okay.
We'll see how you do. Get a 10.
11.
Oh, okay.
So with a -1, that's an 11, but it don't matter.
Yeah. So you do what you set out to. The threat doesn't come to bear. So yeah, you managed to disarm him.
Mm-hmm.
And in so doing, I think in that movement you dodge one of the arrows. You dodge the arrow from the archer you haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you've clocked both of the archers that are on opposite sides of the street. And you see that the other one is coming to draw. What do you do?
I'm going to basically, like, as he hit me, I'm going to kind of grab my hand over his hand and spin it around to be, like, over against his throat, essentially taking it hostage.
Okay, yeah.
Defy danger, I'm guessing.
I think that rolls out of.
It?
I think that rolls out of the move that you just did.
Okay.
To disarm
so I do
him.
that.
Yeah.
So that they won't shoot at me anymore. And as I get him like basically up against me, I just say, "Who are you?"
My life is of no importance. If you will not tell us about Voyal, we will get our information from you, however we must.
I think he just raises, like, he's putting pressure on his bad leg, obviously, but he just raises his other leg and kicks the guy away from him, keeping the sword. Just kind of lifts it and kicks him, just to get him out away from me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, he stumbles back. If you put down the weapon and come with us, there is no need for you to come to any further harm. But if you continue to resist, and that first or the second archer has come back to draw again.
If you kill me, you'll never find anything out about Vori and what happened to him.
You have much blood to lose before you die. He gestures to your bad leg. You have one more leg. 2 arms.
I'm not going with you anywhere.
That is too bad. And he's gonna gesture for the archers to shoot you. What do you do? Chat just YouTube, you need to know this. Chat just said, and just think of the blood in your torso. Oh god.
Oh my god. I'm gonna kill this guy.
All right. Roll hack and slash.
Yeah. $12.
All right. You may choose. So right now, you deal your damage and avoid his attack, which is going to be punching you.
Okay.
You can choose to deal an additional d6 of damage and expose yourself to the enemy's attack, or you can take the normal damage and he isn't going to hit you.
I'm gonna do the normal damage for now.
Yeah, roll damage.
2.
2. Yeah.
Can I change my mind?
No, it's too late. You swing at him, and he ducks under it. You sort of catch him across the back a little bit, and he whips around, and he's now like close up in your guard. He didn't manage to strike you, but the two of you are basically face to face right now.
Yeah.
And
if I can, I'm gonna try and use him as a shield, because since I know where the archers are.
Yeah,
that's my plan.
You're gonna get shot, so go ahead and roll Defy Danger.
Okay. 11.
I think that's down to a 10,
10.
but still.
Yeah.
You manage to, I think, as he comes into your guard, you can like switch hands and grab him as one of the archers looses an arrow, and it buries straight in his chest.
Can I please express what my actual plan is here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for Fletch. I'm waiting for her to catch up.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm doing. So even if it doesn't happen, that's what Arrow's thinking. She's behind me. She'll see this.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I go down, like, she'll see that something happened. Like, she can warn the others. So, yeah.
Yeah. The arrow pierces this person's chest, and you hear the familiar sound of a punctured lung. He isn't dead, but he will be very soon. And he is incapacitated. He is not in a position to fight.
Archers are up on the roofs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to throw him down, and I'm going to start fucking climbing one of these buildings. I'm going to duck into an alley and start climbing.
All right. I think that's another Defy Danger.
Sure. Don't I love it?
Don't you?
That's a 12.
Holy shit.
I'm good at Dex.
You are. Holy fuck. You're also
I'm
just
getting up there.
rolling phenomenally.
Yeah, that's true.
Is
I
what's
am
happening.
really, really hot.
Yeah, you can get up onto the roofs on one side. There's still distance to close.
Yeah.
And you're bleeding profusely from one leg.
Sure thing.
So you can try and close that distance, but it's going to be yet another roll, I think.
Yeah, I'm running at him full force to push him off the roof.
Okay.
Yep. A 9. So I hesitate, hard bargain, whatever. Hard choice, whatever. I can go off the roof with him.
It's not a miss. That's what I was thinking, but I think that
Yeah.
would be a miss. I think a miss would have been
Yeah.
you going off the roof with him. I think what it is you do it, but you're getting shot from across the
Okay.
street.
Yeah.
So that's another 8.
I'm going to die in a second.
2 HP.
Yep.
And you run up to this guy. I think his shot goes wide and clatters off of the sort of terracotta tiles that are shattering under your feet, and you just shoulder him off of the roof. We get a Wilhelm scream, and there's a heavy thud. Let me see if he dies. Or just as horribly injured. Oh yeah, he's dead. he catches that one on the head. I think we actually get a wide shot of the street, and it's one of those shots where they used a dummy instead of a person, and then he just drops onto the cobbles.
Okay. There's no way for me to heal myself, right? That doesn't game.
I mean, it does exist, bandages, but you need time for that.
Okay,
Which
well,
you
I'm
don't
going to
really
do
have.
that. Well, I actually do have it, Dylan, and I'll tell you how. I'm going
Okay.
to, he's on the other fucking side of the street. It's going to take him a second to get over here. I'm going to duck on the other side of the roof. Like, if it's a pitched roof, I'm going to hop over to the other side and slide down, like, to the gutter. Probably, if there is a chimney, I'll put my back up against that, so he'll have to come around a corner.
All right.
And dig my bandages out of my back.
Defy that danger.
Okay.
Perhaps for the last time.
With what?
You tell me. It sounds like Dex to me, but...
Yeah, trying to be quick. 7. So stumble, hard bargain, hesitate, whatever.
You go over the peak of the roof.
Mm-hmm.
An arrow flies past you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the blood coming down your leg slicks your foot.
Mm-hmm.
And your feet come out from under you, and you go over the side of the roof.
Okay.
And we're going to cut inside. So there's a bar fight that has been briefly halted. And Farron, you have proposed an argument for why this bar fight should halt. And this guy turns to you and says, "Yeah? And who's gonna tell?"
God. You know, the funny thing is there's a bunch of people here at the bars, not just you or whoever you have beef with. So I just happened to just become friends with somebody who's very familiar with the law.
You see him waver a little bit. You see a lot of people like just sort of like putting their stuff down.
So I'm sure that we can continue a very nice night without any more punches.
This
around here.
asshole accused me of cheating. Am I supposed to just take that sitting down?
Well, were you cheating?
No. I don't know where the coins came from.
Farron does a side glance to Gregor.
Gregor's like looking around, like, oh, interesting.
Well, does anyone else here believe that he's a cheater? looks around to see if anyone
There's
else.
some murmured like, I don't know, maybe who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Yes. So if only one person in this entire city considers you a cheater, and he's somebody who's also very unconscious right now and started a fight about it, how?
I don't understand what you're saying, but I know I don't like it.
Oh, well, that's good. If only one person believes you're a cheater, and no one else is going to believe them if they say, "Oh, you cheated at cards of all things," then why should it matter?
Look, if you want something from me, buy me a drink. And I think the rest of the inn is just sort of like, yeah, no, that sounds like a really good idea. You buy me a drink too. I want a drink. Drinks for everyone on this asshole.
Yeah. Okay. Hand size. And we'll look at his friend at the bar, and probably just be like, mouth like cheapest.
Lethaldarin nods and mouths, "Thank you."
They have an understanding. Like,
Yeah.
If Baron ever has to buy drinks for everybody, it's the cheapest shit.
Yeah.
And soon as they see that things are kind of going to plan, look back to Gregor. Right, so now you... Okay, so we've just added to the tab, which will be interesting to explain to Evo later.
I think Willow stumbles over, pretty inebriated, and says, why'd you stop it? She's got a big bruise on one side of her face already for her.
Oh,
This is a
baby.
good fight.
I think Farron's just gonna, like, scoot on the table still.
Gregor's, like, quietly proud. Like, yeah, this one could throw down, okay.
And just, like, and we'll pat her head.
Ow.
All right. I think they'll probably, like, push over her hair a little bit to see, like, how many bruises she's got, and, like...
She got hit pretty hard. There's, like, some splinters in there. She got hit with something wooden. Am I hungover already?
No, honey, you've been hit by what I can only assume is a chair. And I think she's gonna look over there. Would you tell Melda Muriel man outside, who's supposed to be waiting outside for me, that I got caught up in taking care of this one?
Meldamriel. Yep.
No. Yeah, she's telling Gregor to go and tell the suspicious lady, quote unquote, to go.
Him.
Yes, not you.
Oh.
We're going upstairs, all right?
That's
And
good, because I don't know who Meldamriel is.
I know. And, like, we'll like gently take her and start heading towards the stairs and, like, give Gregor a look of, like, we're not done talking.
Ooh.
What do you do, Gregor?
Gregor feels real awkward. And actually, I'm sorry, Kieta, can you repeat what you wanted him to do? Because I thought you were talking to
Oh,
her.
no. She wants him to go and tell the woman who was waiting outside for him.
I think this is
that
poetic
he won't be
justice,
going-
okay.
Yeah, because he's taking care of a drunk, punched out girl.
Yeah, Gregor will let them go do their thing, and it's just gonna, like... take a deep breath and kind of hype himself up and walk outside.
All right. And you see Melda Muriel there. She's standing with her back to the light post that's right in front of the inn. Sort of the crude electric light spilling down She looks up briefly from, I think she has a book that she's reading, like a small pocket book that she's reading, and then she goes back to it.
Gregor will like slowly walk up and say,
Not interested.
"Hi,
I'm not interested, and I have a dagger.
I'm here for Farron."
Okay.
Yeah, they're taking care of somebody right now.
Oh,
Things got a little hectic in there.
that's disappointing. Things got a little hectic out here, apparently, too.
What are
Well,
you talking about?
oh, there was someone dragging a body off over there.
Gregor's gonna like at the moment, like Gregor's gonna look over.
Yeah, you can sort of vaguely see in the light of the moon and the street light that there's a smear of blood on the cobbles. But that's it. Welcome to Sanctuary. Have a wonderful night. Oh, and tell Farron if he ever needs an advocate. I give a compelling argument. And then she walks off.
Gregor's gonna be like completely red.
Well, you got what you wanted.
Yeah, about that, and I think Gregor's gonna try to investigate the whole guy dragging a body thing.
All right. With that, we are at the top of an hour, so I think it's a great place for us to go to our second break. When we return, we will find out what has become of Arrow. See you soon.
He's dead.
Hello, and welcome back to From Dust. Arrow. You awake an unknown amount of time later.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like utter shit.
Yeah.
You are full of holes. Your entire body feels like one giant bruise.
Okay.
And I think one of your eyes has swollen shut. So you're just seeing out of the one eye. And you can vaguely make out the dim shape of a large building with rafters up above. When you try to move, you feel that your arms and your legs are restricted. And you have been tied to a chair. What do you do?
I get out of it. I'm guessing I don't have any, like, I don't have any of my daggers or anything like that with me.
Mm-mm.
I've seen this in a movie before. There is actually a way that you can get out of these chairs when you're tied up like this, but I feel like it involves falling to the side. There's a way that you can get to your feet. What else is happening in here? What's going on in here?
Would you like to discern abilities?
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay.
10. Oh my god.
All right, you get 3 questions, and you take +1 forward when acting on them.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
You hear the sound of the river. And you can make out based on the moon which direction it is. There's a window there. It's closed, but it is a window and not a wall.
But there's nothing else in this room with me, just me in the chair?
That's useful to you. Yeah, pretty much. But there are, as you look about, there are other people in the room.
Oh, boo. Okay. What's
alone.
about to happen?
You're about to be asked a bunch of very probing questions.
Okay. My last question is, what here is not what it appears to be?
What here is not what it appears to be? I think, I think they're nervous.
Oh, good.
I think they're putting on an air of, like, calm, but they're worried. There are, I think, 5 people in this room.
Okay.
One in each corner, and then one person who's just sort of sitting in front of you with their head bowed, muttering to themselves.
I don't say or do anything. I just sit there.
Okay.
I'm just listening, basically. Just watching.
After a time, the person in front of you stops and bows down to the ground, places their forehead against the floor, and then stands up, and she sees that you're awake. Ah, you've come back to us.
Don't say anything.
How are you feeling?
I still don't say anything. I'm being a major dick.
Well, hopefully, whatever they did to you did nothing to your brain. She walks up to you and, like, grabs you by the chin to, like, turn your head to the side and check your eyes.
I can't bite her, can I?
You can try. I think it's a defy danger.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Because it's not like you're exchanging harm here.
Yeah, I'm not actually gonna bite her. I am gonna make it difficult for her to grab onto me, though. Like, I'm gonna fight against her.
Yeah.
So I can do the same thing. But yeah, am I still taking -1? Because I'm not using my legs.
You are not.
So a 13.
Damn.
My head is so dexterous.
Yeah, you wiggle around and she steps back. Very well. I see you are in better health than I had previously assumed. My name is Silverel Fontaine. I was a friend of Oriel's.
Rory never mentioned this name to me, right? Or did I see it?
You recognize her, actually.
Yeah.
Because we saw her in a memory when he left on Clum. She was the person that was asking him to stay.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think there's like that flash of recognition in his eyes. But like Arrow, he's here against his will. He's not going to talk to them.
We were here looking for our friend. From what we have gathered, he was last with you. Now, if we put our time and our effort into continuing to search, I'm sure we could find the answers elsewhere. Dig up clues, rumors about where Vorial has gone. But while you are here, perhaps you could make that easier on us.
I told your man in the street what happened to Vori.
Did you? I would ask him, but I'm afraid he is dead. 2 of my men, actually. And it should say something that you have not joined them.
Untie me.
Why, so that you may kill me as well? No.
If you want to know what happened to Vori.
I have done enough to earn your trust, and you have done nothing to earn mine.
Earn my trust.
You still breathe? Your wounds have been tended to?
And I'm a prisoner.
Well, you did kill 2 men. I could just hand you over to the guard.
Then why don't you?
Tell them that when we asked you a simple question, you turned to murder. I do not, because that would not help me. Again, I do not need to be speaking with you, but I would like to. I will admit a part of me hopes that you are with Vorial for good, if not for ill.
Vori is dead. It's what I told the man in the street. He wouldn't let me go.
Impossible.
He attacked me. He's dead.
There's no way that Vorial died.
He is dead.
What makes you so sure? Did you see it happen?
He imploded. I could tell you where the spot was. You could go see for yourself. There's nothing left.
Was it the bonds mage?
He did it to himself.
What reason could he possibly have?
I don't know. We didn't want him to. He told us to go on.
He did it for you.
For his friends, yes.
Friends. Right. If I bring you a map, can you show me where it happened?
There's nods.
She nods to one of the other, or one of the warriors in the room. She's not dressed in the same way they are. She wears blue robes instead of the sort of tunic and pants that the rest are wearing. And rather than having weapons at hand, she holds a brass and gold staff with a silver crystal in the head of it. The person steps out. What, pray tell, was he protecting you from?
I don't think that arrow knows. Does he know?
I
saw.
yes. You saw it.
No.
Yes, because
We all did.
Annika.
When?
Annika used her blood magic stuff to reveal the creature in the camp.
Ooh. Yeah. You're right. Okay. It's just like a shadow, right?
Yeah, it's a tall humanoid figure made of sort of like black smoke.
I don't know exactly what it was. It was like black mist. A shadow.
Of course. She looks sort of stressed, and I think stands there in silence until the person that was sent out comes back with a map. Do you say anything in that period of silence?
Nope.
All right, then we just get sort of this empty, like, warehouse. The sounds of the river outside. The door swings open. Person walks up, hands the map to her. Untie his hands. Person looks at her sort of nervously for a moment and then proceeds to do so. What do you do?
Hold out my hands for the map.
Okay. Yeah, she hands it to you.
Yeah, I feel like he would have no problem finding the spot.
Yeah.
I'm really torn between telling her and not telling her the truth. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a good move to tell her the truth or not. Ever killed someone with a map? I'm about to paper cut her throat.
Summers tried to kill herself with a map. And so many trees.
And so many trees. I'll show her the actual spot. I'll
You
just
feel
point
like
it
there
out.
should be more trees on this map that she
There's
needs
not
to-
enough trees on this map.
No.
Saying how few trees there are on this.
Yeah. Like, I know there are trees
and-
there.
Like, there's like trees all around this, and there's no trees on this map. So I'm not even sure it's the right spot. 2 little trees. Yeah, he'll point out the actual spot where it happened.
She nods to the person again, and they untie your legs. I am sorry that this had to come to violence. It was my hope that Vorial could save us all from more of this.
From who?
From death.
Why would you want to be saved from death?
Don't we all?
I suppose if you fear it.
That explains a few things.
Can I go?
She steps aside.
My things.
She nods, and the other guard at the side of the room at the door picks up a sack that clanks.
Mm-hmm.
Walks up and just sort of sets it on the floor in front of you.
I don't want to see you again. As he like picks up his stuff.
I make no promises, but I have no reason to seek you out.
Good. And he'll leave.
All right. And we're going to cut over to Gregor. There's just a smear of blood in the street. Following it isn't hard. You follow it around the corner, and there's an alleyway not far ahead, which is a pretty easy giveaway. Heading there, Yep, there's 2 fresh corpses. There's there are 2 figures, 2 men in blue tunics with blue masks, like cloth masks. One of them has an arrow sprouted from his chest. That body is still warm. The other had a head-on collision with the ground and didn't make it.
Yeah. Do I recognize the arrow?
You do. You do, because there was a whole hullabaloo about these sorts of arrows, these blue feathered
yes,
arrows.
of course.
The same arrows that killed Billy the Bish, as Summer liked to call him.
Yeah, Gregor will take one look and be like, oh, shit. And seeing the arrow, I think he's going to try and investigate this guy, because he doesn't know who the hell these people are.
All right, go ahead and roll Discern Realities, I think.
All right.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Yeah. Ask me some questions.
Oh man. What here is useful or valuable to me?
There's an iron key in one of the pockets of the man with the arrow
All right.
in his chest.
Doesn't help Gregor too much right now. What should I be on the lookout for?
The guard. If you're found standing here next to 2 corpses, they're gonna have some questions.
Okay. I think Gregor can already
Probably
figure
some
out what
manacles.
happened here recently. Yeah, just for fun, what here is not what it appears to be?
I think your first thought is that these 2 got in a fight with like a rival group or something, and like your first thought is like, oh yes, these are people who are separate from the ones that killed Bishop Cavendish, and they were killed by those same people, and you connect the dots that like, no, this was friendly fire. You see other wounds that are indicative of weapons not present, and like obviously the person getting pushed off the roof, and they have their bow with them. You begin to piece together like, no, these people were on the same side. Something happened. These 2 were casualties.
Oh gosh.
That got left behind. And I think as you come to that realization, you hear footsteps in the street behind you.
I guess at this point, Gregor probably assumes it would be a guard or someone, and Gregor's try and book it out of there.
All right, so you jog out of the alleyway, or
He's
run?
trying to be fast.
Okay, so you jog or
Okay.
power walk somewhere in there out of the alleyway, and you hear the sound of steel on leather very briefly as a sword is drawn partway out of the scabbard, and then Gregor, and you see Fletch.
Fletch,
Scared me half to death.
yeah, same. Were you part of this?
Part of what?
Gregor will motion to the dead friends.
Yeah, she looks and the eyebrows raise. No, I was out for a walk.
Where's Arrow right now?
He was supposed to be coming back to you.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Is Hawk still at the inn?
Yeah, they're fine.
And Farron?
Yeah, they're fine too.
Make sure they're safe.
They should be. While they're talking, Does Gregor see like any other blood trails leading anywhere?
I don't think so. No. There's a significant amount of blood in the alleyway, especially on a pile of garbage, which was sort of displaced. We know it was when Arrow fell on it, but
Gosh.
this is too much blood for two people.
Yeah, no kidding. When did you see Farrah last?
She says like only half an hour or so ago.
That's enough time to get into trouble.
She's gonna start taking a look around, and I think she can pick up a trail of some kind, not exceptional, but she gets a heading. She gets like a little bit of blood heading in a certain direction before the trail fully ends, and she's gonna start heading that way.
He's going with.
Yeah, she's like focused and intent for about a block, and then she like slows down and says, "Are you sure you shouldn't be looking after the others?"
It's probably best we have a bit of space right now.
Okay.
Plus, I'm worried about this. And whoever these people are, I don't think you can deal with them alone.
She just sort of looks at you and then turns and continues. And they will, or the two of you will head on. I think she can take you to the docks before she loses any sense of where they could have gone. You're on the north bank of the river here. What do you do?
Do any of these... I guess the obvious question would be, is there any sort of sign? What direction?
Not really. There's some people out here. There's some like late night dock workers pulling cargo in. They might be smugglers. They might be legit.
I guess it doesn't matter either way. Gregor's gonna look to maybe one nearby and be like, "Hey,
Aye?
did you see an injured person come through?"
No. Can't say it's a did.
Any large groups of people?
Oh, well, there's me and the boys, but other than us, no.
All right, thank you.
You looking for something?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I can point you in the right direction. Out of the
Will-
kindness of my heart. You understand? He sort of
Gregor,
he holds a hand out a little bit.
Gregor is going to give him the one coin he has left.
He looks
It's all I
down
got.
at it.
It's all I got. Hard times.
Well, times are hard for all of us. Pockets the coin. Where are you looking to go? What are you looking? Group of people? Injured
I'm
person?
looking for an injured person, possibly with a group of people.
You have anything else to go on?
An elf. Out of place.
Gorgeous.
Right, Right. Well, if
Really
you're
handsome, attractive elf.
looking for a hot elf, I could point you to a brothel. But
Not looking for a brothel.
go ahead and roll. God, there's not a danger. I guess the danger here is that he's useless. Roll define
Can I ask
danger.
one question I just thought of before? Thinking back to the people that were dead. Have you seen a group of people in blue?
Group of people in blue. You mean other than the guards?
Not the guards.
Yeah, actually, further down south, you follow the river a bit. A couple of people came in about a week ago. I'm not sure quite where they are, but I don't know. Looked a bit shady. Wasn't sure if they were part of a gang I hadn't heard of yet.
That's enough for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have they done anything else around here I should know about?
I'm not a fucking town crier.
I can tell. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. It's been a rough day. Thank you.
Right. Good luck to you. Goes back to the
coin.
Goes back to the others and what did he want? You won't fucking believe this. All right. You can you're gonna head in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the docks are warehouses. It's warehouse upon warehouse upon warehouse.
Oh gosh.
Some with signs, some unmarked. Nothing particularly useful. None of them say, yes, we have a group of religious warriors hiding here. Yeah. But I do think you stumble into some luck, though. As you're walking along the waterfront, you hear some people talking. Are you sure that we can believe him? Well, we have no reason not to. If truly he had wanted to lead us astray, then he would have fed us something else. And anyway, I do not think that Royal would have wanted us to cause even more mayhem here. What do you do?
Yeah, I think the second Gregor hears Vori's name, that's gonna strike a chord. Is Fletch still with Gregor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This might be against better judgment, but Gregor's gonna give like Fletch a look, and then Gregor's gonna like walk out, shield and hammer down, and Gregor's just gonna say, "You two know Voriel."
Gregor, you see.
Am I not like right here?
No, you're gone.
We're outside.
You've been gone for like 15 minutes.
No.
Yeah, the group of them turn to look at you in the light of the street lamps. I do? How do you know him?
We're friends. And I'm looking for another friend.
Ah, the half elf with the attitude.
Yeah.
I regret to inform you that he did come to some harm. However, I think you hear the sound of a tensing bowstring behind you. What do you do?
Gregor's gonna say, "I'm not looking for trouble."
Behind you being Fletch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gregor's gonna like put his arm out in front. mic is shut. That's okay. Like, we're not looking for trouble. I just want my friend.
He is alive?
Like, kind of giving a big stink eye at Fletch.
Yeah, I think Fletch was hidden and they hadn't seen her.
Oh, okay.
And she was about to shoot, but you stop her. He did come to some harm, but he is alive, and I am confident that he will heal, given time.
Okay. Where is he?
I do not know. We let him go.
Can I try to, like, discern realities, I guess?
Yeah, if you
I don't know
study a
if
person.
they're being honest with me.
Uh-huh. Oof! Mark experience.
Thank you, honest friend.
Yeah, she seems honest.
Okay, where did he go?
We did not follow him. That was somewhat of the point in the first place. We had some questions for him regarding Vorial. He had some troubling news.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So it's true.
Mm-hmm.
She looks back at the person that was dissenting earlier and with like a C. Well, if you are, as your friend said, friends of Vorial, then you have my condolences as well.
Thank you. Well, this really doesn't help me find my other friend.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. And
She looks past you at Fletch, who still has the bow raised. What do you
yeah,
do?
he's gonna raise up, walk back to her, trying to
Yeah, Fletch
talk her
will,
off the edge there.
Fletch will let down, and Silverell, whose name you don't know, but we know.
Okay.
Silverell nods. Or actually, you do, because you saw her in the dream. That's right. You saw her in the visions that Vori gave y'all. That's right.
That changes everything.
She nods and turns to leave and says, "A moment, if you do not mind."
Gregor will nod to Fletch and will head back over.
When you were with Vorial before he died, did he ever mention a fire?
Gregor's gonna, like, think back on some of the wild visions they've had and say, yeah.
Do you know if he found it?
No.
Thank you. It's a good night for a stroll.
Yeah. Well, see ya. Gregor will kind of begrudgingly return to Fletch.
Yeah, when you get back to Fletch, she just looks at you like, we're just gonna let them go?
Yeah, we are.
Arrow could be bleeding to death in an alleyway somewhere. If anything happens to him, I'm holding you responsible.
I get it. Ella surgeon law.
No. No, Fletch law. This is between you and me. If anything happens to him, you're answering for it.
Come on, then.
If he was here, maybe we can track him from the door. She pushes past to go track. Back at the inn. Farron, you have a very drunk, and pained elf with you. You can get Willow upstairs and into bed, but she's just sort of like whining at this point. I think.
Yeah,
like,
I think Farron's like with her still, and like I probably think taking out the splinters.
Ow, that hurts. Stop it.
It's going to hurt more in the morning if you don't take out the splinters in your head.
That'll be my problem tomorrow.
You're actually going to feel it less right now, while you're still very drunk, and the alcohol numbing your senses.
But I'm still feeling it now. I'm thirsty.
Yep, it'll be worse tomorrow, I promise. And he's continually plucking them out. Probably, this is not the first time that Farron had to do this stuff, probably. So I had like a little like tray to like put the splinters in, and like.
She rolls over and like grabs your wrist, with surprising strength for how inebriated she is. Why are you doing this?
Well, because you're hurt and very drunk.
Right. Why are you doing this?
I told your brother that I would look after you.
And I'm fine.
You're not fine.
I have been bitten by venomous vipers that will kill you in 5 steps. If I can't get hit in the face a little, then maybe I should just die.
So what you're saying is I should just die. Because...
Well, no, because you're... She, like, pats your hair a little bit. You're soft.
Oh, sweet
You're
baby.
very soft. What do you do with your hair?
I can give you a full regimen tomorrow morning. But right now you are both drunk and punch drunk.
I don't think I'm gonna remember this in the morning.
I know, which is why I'm going to tell you tomorrow morning what my hair is right now.
Oh. So, but you're fine. You don't have to die. You're not supposed to do the dying. It's my job. Arrow's job.
It should be nobody's job to die.
No. She puts her entire hand on your mouth.
Yeah. Like, I think she'll still just, like, take her hand off.
If you kill people, then you're meant to die. That's the job.
How old are you?
I'm not interested.
No, I'm not.
You're
Farron
not
just,
my
like,
type.
I think Farron just leans over and, like, plucks another splinter out.
Ow! Fuck!
Listen, you're much too young for me. I can tell even without knowing your age.
I'm old enough.
Tilt his head and his But how old are you?
How old is she?
Oh god, that's a really good question.
Because she was like around Arrow's age, right?
Yeah, we're about the same age because we're not blood related. So, I mean,
And
she's like We're like
how old?
25-ish.
Yeah,
in
so the
human
equivalent
years.
is 25. We said with like 100 and
150, 170,
Yeah.
something around
Okay.
there.
I've been told that it's rude. 170. 171. 171.
it does get hard to keep track of after a while.
Yeah.
You see, I'm about 100 years your senior.
Oh, wow. Hello, Daddy.
Grounded. She's grounded, by the way.
She goes
Ground her.
to take a drink and drinks some of your, like, rubbing alcohol and then spits it out.
Yeah. Farron just casually
Still
carries.
thirsty.
Get water for you in a second. What I'm trying to say is that you still have much of your life ahead of you. And
No.
anyone who tells you that your life is not worth it other than to just die,
No. Look,
going that way.
you should really know this, soft boy. If you hold a weapon and you kill someone with it, or you intend to kill someone with it, you need to agree that they can kill you too. It's the only way it's fair. Not everyone back home does what everyone I do. You don't think we're all like a bunch of soldiers and stuff, do you?
From what limited interactions I had with your people, it is hard to tell.
No. We have soft elves too. Soft elves.
I will shake their head a little bit. What I'm trying to say is that yes, when you go into combat, there's some level of knowing that perhaps you're also going to die.
Right.
And that doesn't mean it's your job to die instead of somebody else.
That is what it means.
No, it's not your making the decision to go into a situation. Your life is at stake. Not equal a duty to use that for other people.
But if we don't, who will? Sometimes it's gotta be someone. And it should be someone that volunteered. So if I can't get hit in the head, then I'm not good at my job. And
You're-
if you can't get it in the head, that's fine, because soft elves don't need to get hit in the head.
Sometimes the soft
Is
elf
this
does
silk?
get hit in the head. What?
What is this shirt made out of? Is this silk? She's like, she takes like the edge of your shirt, like
Yeah.
rubbing it against her cheek.
Yes. Yes, this particular one is.
Fancy soft boy.
I've been told that. But if at least for everybody else, I don't want you to die because I did something stupid.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I
Right.
think Arrow would be really mad.
You have no obligation to protect me, this soft elf, because currently I'm quite out of my depth and yet I'm still going forward with it. No? I'm 100 years your
But-
senior. I can
but-
tell you what to do.
Bodyguard. Greggy,
Greggy.
It's the same thing. But for you. But you pay him, I think. Do you pay him?
So...
I've never seen you pay him money. What do you
We're
pay
getting
him
real
with?
quiet. It's a little different, and it's now starting to dab away at the rest of probably taking away the last of the splinters.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that it hurts, so that she can't keep questioning
Yeah. She winces and pulls away. Stop! Ow! Stop! Fuck! You're trying to make things better or just trying to kill me? I thought you didn't want me to die. What the fuck?
If this is enough to make you want to die, or think that you're going to die, have you been in bar fights before?
No.
This explains a lot.
But I was in a fight, and then I got captured by a bunch of monsters.
Yes.
And then Arrow showed up, and you were there.
Mm-hmm.
And Greggy was there. And, I mean, he did a whole lot of, almost dying for you to not die. So, how's that different? He volunteers so you can be soft.
Gregor and I have a different kind of relationship. And a different agreement.
Is he your boyfriend?
No, not friend.
Oh, so... Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure I would know if I was dating somebody.
I don't know.
I think personally. Do you really think there's something there?
I mean, what do you pay him with?
Right, it hasn't been coined in a while, but literally just... Well, we got caught up in this whole... business.
Is it companionship? I'm not judging.
No, I go find my companionship with other people. Usually just one nights only.
Well, when was the last time that happened?
What's going to be tonight? And then the bar fight happens.
But, couldn't you have gone... You sent Gregor to go talk to the pretty lady. Couldn't you have gone to, the pretty lady? You know? You know how that works, right?
I think they're just gonna look at her and feel like... I don't know how much your brother would appreciate me having this conversation with his sister.
Okay. I'm just saying, Gregor could be up here. I mean, I'm sure Gregor's seen people get hit in the face a bunch of times. He looks like he's seen a couple
usually I'm
chairs.
the one who has to patch him up afterwards.
Well, I'm sure he's learned a bunch. So why didn't you have him take me upstairs? I mean, he could have carried me. You just sort of stumbled a bunch, and it's okay. It's okay. She pats your arm. It's okay. You don't have to be strong. You're good in other ways.
Gregor thought that she was not very trustworthy, and so I trust his opinion.
So you were gonna go down the river, but then he was like, nope. And so you were like, cool.
Sure, yes, that's one way of putting how that interaction went.
And you haven't paid him, and he's still here.
Right, because we're friends.
You. Mm. Oh, you know, Fletch isn't here because she's friends with me or Arrow, right?
No, I think it's quite obvious that's there.
So. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe you just know Greggy better than I do, and maybe he's just really nice and doesn't like soft hair. But also maybe he do. He does. Does. And maybe he got me hit in the face with a chair because he didn't like you talking to a pretty lady.
Well, I can't quite imagine. I'm sure that if he liked or did not like my hair, he'd tell me.
Reggie!
All right, and they're gonna stand up.
Let's sing a song about soft hair.
Back in a minute, I'll get you some water, all right?
She keeps singing while you
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, Farron leaves, probably taking like the tray of splinters and like dumping them out. Going down to the bar, getting a glass of water. Kind of probably just focused as heck, just like, okay, we're not gonna think of those things.
And I think we cut to Arrow limping through the streets. And before we go to our final break, Arrow, where do we see you?
I'm just gonna lie down under a tree and just sleep. It's probably the same park that he's been staying at like every time they've come here. He has a special spot now.
Mm-hmm.
And he okay, so he was gonna go back to the tavern when all this happened, but now that he's been injured, he doesn't want anyone to worry. He's like, well, it'll be fine. They'll just think I'm in a park somewhere. No biggie. So he's gonna go to the park and
I think we see you laying down with your eyes closed, and then we see your face illuminated by a blue light that flickers a little bit. You hear a familiar voice say, well, you're not being very careful, are you? It's Vorial's voice. And with that, we're going to go to our final break of the evening. See you soon. Hello and welcome back to the final hour of episode 21 of From Dust. And Arrow, Vori is standing over you holding a small blue flame in one hand. What do you do?
literally it's him.
Yes.
think he just like looks up at him and he's like super confused. He just kind of shakes his head a little bit. You're not real.
I mean, maybe. Does that matter?
A little.
He sits down. I was kind of hoping that you would keep everyone together. That was sort of... I don't know.
They're safe.
Yeah. You feeling okay?
Do I look like I feel okay?
No, you look like shit.
I feel like shit.
Was getting the crap kicked out of you part of keeping them safe?
They were asking about you. I wasn't going to tell them
I'm
the whole
dead.
thing anyway.
There's not much left of me to protect.
Information is power in its own way, isn't it?
That's true. Sure,
What are you
that's
doing
it-
here?
I'm checking on you. I mean, look at you. You didn't even go back to Farron to get patched up. Just out here leaking in a public park.
I don't need to worry.
Well, I don't know, maybe they do.
I'm not going to die.
Probably. Unless someone shanks you in your sleep.
If they shank me in my sleep, then I deserve to die.
What? Arrow, come on. What's this all about? Do you really want me to believe that you fought within an inch of your life and passed several inches of 2 other lives to keep me a secret?
What do you want me to say?
I think you and I both know that if you die, you want it to be worth it. Am I wrong?
I mean, everybody hopes that when they die, it'll be worth it. I don't think a lot of people get that wish granted.
You're okay with that?
Kind of have to be.
I mean, you get choices along the way.
I'm okay with my choices.
You think Hawk's okay with those choices?
Yeah, I do.
And Allie?
I don't know.
I mean, if they'd shot you in the street tonight, if they'd killed you. I don't know.
They'd be sad, but life goes on.
Not always. Not the same. You know that, right?
I do.
I guess we all get to make decisions other people regret, huh?
It's just kind of the way it goes. Caring about people will do that to you.
What else is there?
And nothing, really. I didn't say it's not worth it to care about people. Even if it hurts when they're gone.
You, don't focus too much on, on that. The hurt.
It's not really a choice.
Well, there's, he gestures around you at the park. There's a lot of good things around you.
It's hard to see the good things lately.
Sure you're looking for them?
Worry when there's a zombie horde threatening your entire livelihood. Your family. Your home. What else is there?
And then you wake up as the sun crests the rooftops of Sanctuary. And feel free to go through the rest move. You can heal a bit, and I'm assuming you will want to level up. Yeah. Gregor and Fletch return to, or several hours earlier, returned to the inn to find it much quieter. There was there were the last few bars of a song upstairs from a very drunk Willow before she finally passed out. And then I think the two of you see a tired Farron coming down the stairs. What do you do?
Where on earth were both of you?
Have you seen Excuse me. Have you seen Arrow?
No. Though, does he ever really come back to taverns at night?
No. Do you know where he goes?
Usually to parks and trees. Wander
Okay.
them. I'm never quite sure.
She puts a hand on your shoulder, Gregor. I'm gonna check the nearby parks then.
Okay.
Is everything all right?
Fletch dips to let you explain.
Yeah. Gregor will motion Farron to take a seat.
Yeah.
And say, gosh, do you remember those visions we saw? With, like,
Which
the fire-
ones?
with the fire and with, I don't know, Vori's people, I guess.
I do remember. His people is certainly one way of putting it.
Yeah, Arrow ran into them. They were looking for Vori. They didn't know. It got violent, but I guess they talked it out and they let Arrow go, but we haven't been able to find him.
So we have an injured arrow somewhere.
Yeah.
All right.
We haven't checked the parks yet, though, so.
We go do that. I'm still taking
Sure.
care of.
I don't really feel like sitting.
Sorry, what did you?
Oh,
I spent a good portion of my night talking with a drunk person that normal conversation's a little difficult to catch up with right now. What did you just say?
I said, let's go. I don't feel like sitting.
Right, and I think I'm gonna like take a second to drop off water and like double check to make sure she's on her side.
Yeah, she is, and I think you set the cup down. She rolls over and goes, soft.
Yes, I'm soft. And they'll just kind of double tuck her in
Yeah.
and then go and follow Gregor.
All right. The two of you begin patrolling, checking nearby parks. Do you talk at all while you're walking?
Yeah. I think it'll be quiet for a while. But then I think Gregor's gonna say, I'm sorry about earlier. That was a big mess.
It's all right. I feel like it would have been a little more straightforward if you had caught my attention.
I thought I was very smart at the time.
You know, if it wasn't so obvious, it might have been.
Thanks.
What about Melda Muriel felt off to you?
I think Gregor's just gonna stop, like walking and searching with that. Nothing. She was fine.
Oh. That's good to know.
Okay. Gregor's gonna take like a big, like deep, audible breath and just be like, I just didn't like you talking to her. You've done it plenty of times. Whatever. I didn't like it this time. So I tried to stop it.
You know, you could have just come up away from the conversation. I
Yes.
would have gone with you.
Wait, really?
I mean, yes. What is our supposed to be our last night of relaxation, or whatever we do next? But yeah, I don't need to do it. Spending time with a stranger.
You don't?
No, No, I don't.
You know, this may not sound surprising, but I feel stupid.
I think Farron will laugh a little bit at that. And just put their hand on his arm. It's all right. And I think I've kind of come to the point where I find myself much more enjoying spending time with you than strangers. And I think Willow's words are going through his head right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, just like awkwardly pat, and then just kind of.
Gregor's like hasn't said anything this whole time.
Yeah.
And he's been kind of like stupid stunned. And he does not know why, but his like heart is like like off the rails right now.
Yeah.
And he's like he looks like he's trying to get the cogs turning. And like visibly frustrated, like he's trying to say something.
We should probably make sure we don't fall too far behind on Fletch.
Yeah.
Whatever you wanted to say. The time to start saying it.
Baron. You've been around longer than I have.
I think that goes without saying, yes.
And you've experienced things I haven't.
I'm sure. Yes, that's probably the case.
And oh gosh, like he's like stressed out, like clearly.
Again, kind of I think puts the hand very lightly back onto his arm.
It doesn't help.
Are you alright?
No, yeah, I mean,
I think as you're walking,
Yeah, he's really struggling with this.
you come to the edge of a park, and you see Fletch.
How romantic.
You see Fletch sitting in the branches of a tree, with her bow at the ready, but her in her hand, but her arrows still in her quiver, and at the base of the tree, Arrow is sleeping. She just sort of waves when she sees you, holds up a hand.
Thank goodness.
Oh, he's not dead. Do we see that he's leaking?
I mean, not from this distance in this light, no.
Okay. I think Farron will just kind of wave and kind of ask, not really loudly or anything, if it's okay to approach. Because let's just have a moment in the tree right now.
Yeah, she looks down, and you see a complex series of emotions cross her face, and then she just sort of shakes her head.
Right. Looks like Fletch has this under control.
She looks back down at Arrow, and you see an expression of regret, I think. But it's not the sharp regret of having done something wrong. It's a softened regret. Sort of like a mourning for a time past. And something in that expression, I think, speaks to you.
Yeah, and I think Farron will just give her an understanding nod. And just kind of gesture to Gregor. I think she needs a little bit of time.
All right.
It's been a very long night.
Do you head back toward the inn?
Farron's gonna start heading that way.
I think so.
Do you say anything on the way back, or do you walk in silence?
I think Farron's waiting for Gregor to say whatever he was trying to say. Just giving that space for him.
I think it's gonna take half the walk.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Gregor's simply gonna blurt out, I don't like seeing you with other people anymore.
I think Farron will stop.
I can't stop you, but I don't like it.
In a general sense, or in a what was going to happen was a bar fight interrupted.
Yeah, that one.
All right. Then then I won't.
Really?
Like I've said, I like being around you, and I already said that I literally trust you with my life. So I think it would go to say that you matter more to me than strangers.
Do you want to go spend some time together?
Let's take another drink before we even.
That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And Farron will just smile. I'll head back to the tavern.
All right.
A quiet drink.
The two of you head back, and the two of you head back. We see Arrow wake up as dawn spreads its light over the city of Sanctuary. Arrow, from your position, you can see Fletch posted up in the tree. She clearly did not sleep.
He'll slowly stand up.
How are you feeling?
I'll be all right.
Good enough to walk back to Farron?
He nods.
She looks around, slings her bow, jumps down. She picks up a pack with your weapons attached to it. I don't know what happened to you last night. I don't need to. You made me a promise. Do you remember what that was?
It was not to run away, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said I wouldn't run away.
She pushes the pack with your weapons into your chest. Then don't run away.
I won't.
Good. And she turns to lead the way back toward the inn.
Yeah, he'll just sling his bow and then walk after her quietly.
I think before we cut to credits, we see the edge of Elisurdran. It is much further in now than it used to be. The landscape dotted with the stumps of trees, rotting form of the undead pressing up against it, cutting away with rusty tools and weapons. And we see creator Ilmagara looking out over the army, and an elf steps up to her, its eyes glowing with a purple flame. She looks to the elf and says, "Make ready for war." And that's where we end. So, thank you all so much for watching. Before you all go running away, let's go through and do some outros and some shout-outs. Say who we are, where people can find us, all that good stuff. Starting with the giver, the receiver, the one named after Arrow.
I have nothing to say to any of you right now. You can find me on Twitter at just a summer job. That's where I tweet and retweet everything that I've got going on. I'll be back here tomorrow. So long.
All right. The the singing Casanova. Kiana.
So much fun. I would try not to die of laughter because chat was losing their minds.
Yup.
Yeah, we actually got through more in one episode than we had entire season 1.
Yep.
So if y'all think this is agonizingly slow,
Yeah, look at
boy,
look at the last 20 episodes.
Go back and watch the rest.
20 episodes. Yeah, this was a lot of fun as always. Y'all can find me over on Twitter at KianaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing, come over the internet, do all sorts of tabletop stuff, whether that's streaming, writing, shouting to the void. I have a couple of DM's Guild adventures, and supplements and stuff. We're actually 3 sales away from silver on To Hell and Back
Damn.
again. So if you're interested in Fae bullshit meets Hell bullshit, that can be played as a solo or a group adventure, I would highly recommend checking it out.
And if you're
We
not
also-
interested in Fae bullshit and Hell bullshit, what the fuck are you doing here? Come over there and buy 3 copies.
Yeah. Yeah, and I will be at Big Bad Con. I'm super fucking hyped for it. I'll be running a couple games there. I will also... Dylan and I are literally the media room on Friday. It's
Mhm.
just us for 3 hours.
Woo!
We're going to be playing Starcross first, where we're playing a essentially post-apocalyptic star-crossed romance between the last human and an AI,
Yep.
because we had to. And then and then we take an hour break, and then we do a hour-long panel talking a little bit about bleed in games, and how we can look at bleed and what it is and how we can actually use it in play and all that stuff. So again, if you're going to Big Bad Con, say hello to us. Otherwise, you can see us on the internet. On I say Friday morning, but it's Friday morning Pacific time.
Yes.
It's 9 a.m. Pacific time to 11 a.m. and then at noon.
Yes.
So translate that to whatever time zones y'all. We'll probably do some tweet announcements as well to make sure you guys know what's going on. But yeah, I can't wait for next episode for probably more slow burn and a war
Yeah.
apparently. That's cool.
Hell yeah. Awesome. And while we move on to shoutouts, please, if you could, Kiana, grab a link to your module and drop that in chat. And last but certainly not least, the bravest fighter in all the realm, defender of both people and his feelings, Adam.
That's me. Oh, gosh. Hi, everybody. Adam here. Voice actor. That's a thing I do. I'm on Twitter at AdamRoVO, but I don't just do that. I do a lot of tabletop stuff. I play here. I play in a D&D live stream called Chronicles of Latia, and that's at Latia Chronicles on Twitter. And I make YouTube videos where I talk about tabletop stuff. And very recently, I just launched an audio drama based on Dungeons & Dragons called Spritz the Goblin, about a charming little goblin who just wants to be loved. The opposite of Gregor, he's very open about it. And you can check that out at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Adam, and on iTunes. Just put in Spritz the Goblin. It'll be there. It's the only one I'm aware of. Episode 2 just came out. Episode 3 probably next week or two.
Hell yeah. And if either Adam, if either you or Summer have links that you want to drop in chat
Sure.
while I do outros, go ahead. Hi, I'm Dylan. You're on my channel right fucking now, whether you're watching this on Twitch or, as I keep mentioning, because I like shaming myself for my own failures, in 30 years on YouTube when this finally uploads. You can find me at Anarsis on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, itch.io, and Patreon. And the big things that I want to shout out are... I released my first issue of Patreon Homebrew, funded by the Patreon. We hit our first goal, and actually, I'm going to detour real quick to say that we are 2/3 of the way to the next goal, which will have me making maps that go into the public domain every month. That's not like Creative Commons, where like you need to do a special attribution thing, or like non-commercial. The public domain means that anyone can use it for commercial or personal use, or remix it, or do anything with it. Because I think it is a shame that more work doesn't hit the public domain more often, and I would like to contribute directly to it. And you can help make that happen by dropping some dollars on the Patreon. But the thing that we have already funded, and as long as we stay where we're at, or don't drop too far below where we're at, I will continue to do every month, releasing homebrew content for the games that I run. You can right now go to itch.io, or anarsis.itch.io, and pick up the Patreon Papers Issue 1, the Fighter and the Sage, which include the Fighter class and the Sage class that I wrote for Ryutama. In addition, that document includes design notes on why I made those classes and why I made them the way I did. And that's sort of my hope moving forward with a lot of my like homebrew stuff. At some point, I'll do a Dungeon World 1 that will compile a lot of the homebrew that I've made for this show right here. And I will include design notes on why the demon move works the way that it does and that sort of thing. But a little preview for what I will be doing with next month's Patreon Papers. Issue 2 will be 31 monsters with a Ryutama version and a Dungeon World version of each. That being one for each day of October, themed off of the official Inktober prompts for this year. So, that's a lot of work that I've given myself, but I'm gonna do it. And that'll be coming out early in November, assuming funding holds. The second thing that I want to mention is also on itch.io, so really, if you're not following me on itch.io, you should get the heck over there. The next thing is I'm hosting a game jam on itch.io starting the 15th of October. We will be working on a series of games about the inevitable end. It is called The End Jam. You can find it on itch.io/jam/end-jam. Or if you just search me and End Jam, like hashtag EndJam2019 on the Twitters, you can find it. It starts on the 15th and goes through December 1st. It is ending, I believe, technically midnight of December 2nd. And that is for two reasons. The first is I want to give people lots of time so that if they, like me, are big procrastinators, they will have plenty of time to work on a game that is scoped how they like and not feel like they're having to write a game in the last minute, or you will get to write a game in the last minute at the end of November. Which, let's be honest, that's probably what I'll do. But I also, because the topic is so broad, I wanted to give people the option and the opportunity to write a longer game. Because game jams tend to be like really short sprints of like a couple weeks, maybe a month on the outliers. And that really lends itself to making a very good short game. But I want to give people the option, if they feel so moved and feel inspired to do so, to make a longer form game. because while the jam does require the game have a finite end, that end doesn't have to be right away. So, whatever your jam is, there's space in the jam for you. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my shout-outs. Before we go, I want to say some thank yous for people that popped up during the show tonight. Thank you to Matthias for the 11-month resub tonight. Holy shit. Has it already been 11 months? Holy fuck, you're almost to a year, dude. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you also for the bits throughout the night. Let me do some math. That's 400 bits over the course of the night. That is going, of course, to the channel-wide bit goal, which currently is going toward me running a one-shot of Things from the Flood. So we're at about, I think, 30% or so on that right now. Thank you, Other Doc, for the raid mid-show. Coming in, bringing people to the high drama. I'm pretty sure it was at a pretty high drama point. So thanks. I hope you all enjoyed that. And finally, last but certainly not least, thank you, Wild Engineer, for the brand new Tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the popcorn and the shield. And with that, I'm going to go eat some dinner, and all of the cast is probably going to yell at each other a bunch behind the scenes. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to be taking the next week off, so you'll see me tomorrow night for travel. And then other than that, look at Twitter. But thank you. Most importantly, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night.